Yeah, it is a part of the senses technique to feel the body. That lets you know that what happens when you put your attention in various parts of your body, it lets you know that things are happening there. One of the reasons that you put your attention at the top, see, basically your energy, or the gateway between the worlds, start here at the tip of your spine and in your genitalia. The energy of creation comes from there. Okay? Now, because of our focus on physical things as opposed to non-physical things, we think about material things, we think about sex, which is a material thing. Sex is so important. We think of it in terms of maintaining our youth. We think of it in terms of fun. We think of it in terms of whatever these, we think of it as defining who we are. That's nonsense. So what we do is we block the channels. We block the flow of energy to our total being and surround it in here. Okay? This is why we're so materialistic, because this is a chakra of material world. Okay? So the object is to get the energy to move from here up and get all of the chakras in order, tuned up, going. To put your attention here or at any of these points is to bring more energy flow into that area. So what you're trying to do is open it up so that it can receive its normal, its natural supply. So by putting your attention here, you're bringing more energy here, which means you're bringing more through each chakra. That's the object.
So if you do it for an extended period of time, is that bad?
No, I don't know that it's bad. I know that it can create some weird byproducts. Huh? I don't know. You can get headache. You can get, you can be a little disoriented. But that, putting your attention here. Or putting it here, for that matter. Or here, for that matter. From here, this is the transition point from form to non-form, or what we call spirit. Right here. Yeah, the heart chakra. Basically, when you have matters of love and all that, you get the rapid heartbeat and you get this feeling in this general area here. So this is a transition point. This transforms or transmutates or whatever all those words are, that kind of energy to a finer vibrational energy. This, starting with here, is about the creation of form. That's all. Well, initially. This is about form, this is about form, this is about form. This transforms it to finer energy. Without having had the full impact of that energy, you become not used to the full flow. And if you sit in it kind of too long, you could sit there and do it gradually, longer and longer periods of times, and it would not make you as disoriented. It just makes you kind of off center, kind of like you can't really get here. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of here, but you're kind of like that.
I was asking because my philosophy is do it till it hurts.
Okay, that works.
And I had a headache and my nose was running. And
Yeah.
people would ask me questions, and it'd take me like a minute to.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's all right.
Kind of like a cocaine addict.
But if you're willing to deal with that, then that's okay.
That's okay. It'll get okay. One of the reasons your nose is running because the tension is going. So all that mucus and stuff that you hold in your head starts to escape. That's one of the reasons it runs. Head hurts because you're going in two different directions. You're going in the way that you have gone all your life with all the assumptions and restrictions. And now you're trying to do something new. So you're trying to make that fool relax. And it's saying, well, I don't want to relax. I've been here all this time. I don't want to relax. It's like stretching. If you've never stretched, oh man, when you first do that, it's like, oh my Lord. Well, the muscle is saying, I don't want to do that. I've been concrete all this time. Now you're asking me to be rubber. I don't think so. That's why the pain. It's the same thing. So do it however you're comfortable with it. It's okay. You're not going to die from it. You'll be all right. Yeah, you won't die from it. You won't physically die from it. Mentally, you may. And that's a good thing. Yes, Dave.
I wanted to ask you about from within, it says that I have the choice of just doing it or to keep allowing it to gradually go, to gradually adjust. From within, I said, let's go. Let's go.
Yeah.
And just right on what you were saying, the things come up.
Yeah.
And one of the things that just when this whole thing is right online, you got to stay out of the stuff. You got to let the stuff go through.
Yeah.
And it's the part of the habit of when it comes up. Even if you go, wow, man, that's just really crazy.
Yeah.
There's still a mechanical reaction of
Yeah.
there's still a mechanical reaction of doing this. Even
Yeah.
though you're watching it go,
Yeah.
and you're watching it go, and you're going, damn, that's just really crazy. Look at it.
Yeah.
Look at what's going on here.
Yeah.
And you see the mechanics of it, and you see the thing, and you see it happen, and you just, wait a minute. And you see the whole thing going both sides of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see the craziness of it, and you see the mechanical habit
Yeah.
of getting into it.
Right.
And there's got to be something else. It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not really doing that. That thing is doing it. And it's
Right.
done it that way every time.
Right.
And it's the building the other thing
It's,
so that you can have the strength to stay out of it.
yeah. One of the ways to help do that is you say, who's watching this?
Yeah.
And you go, oh, well, which one of us is that? Well, that's not me. I'm back here watching this. So that kind of helps. You accept that craziness is there. Remember one key thing that I've always said to you. A person is insane who doesn't know they're insane. A sane person knows they're insane. They know that stuff is there. They just say, hey, I hate it. Let it go. Let this child have its tantrum. And when you let it have its tantrum and you just kind of don't get in it, pretty soon it calms down and flows. That's one way. But one of the things you must understand about that is that's going to take doing it a lot of times because you're going to create a new habit.
Right.
There's another way. Boom! Ah! That's the other way. But it is never to get involved in it and to blame others. Never, ever. Because, let me say this about those things. They were formed when you were a child. You didn't understand. You were throwing a tantrum. Okay? And you were saying, this is the way the world ought to be. Well, it ain't that way. Okay? That's your crap. All right? No, the world is exactly as it should be. Now, Do you want to see it as it should be? Or do you want to see it as it is? See, you can walk through the jungles in South America and say, there shouldn't be any jaguars out here eating things. You can say it all you want and become a meal for the jaguar or whatever. He doesn't care what you think. The reality is you're walking through here. You're living in an illusion that says he shouldn't be here. Well, I don't see why he should be here. Well, why should you be there? Well, one of the reasons, if you're not paying attention to the reality of it, one of the reasons that you're there is for lunch. Okay? You are the lunch. You're going to be eaten by whatever is there. So that childishness of how it's supposed to be makes us misinterpret the rest of the world. Makes us make others the enemies. If you look at human beings, they think they're supposed to have enemies. Everything that's different from me is the enemy. That's so warmongerish. Gotta have an enemy. Well, why can't your enemy be stupidity? Why can't the enemy be lack of vision? Lack of creativity? Why can't the enemy be those things? Instead of some poor slob who hasn't done anything to you, just trying to be themselves, coming through, and he is the enemy. Men are the enemy. Women are the enemy. Black folks are the enemy. White folks are the enemy. Those people with those slanted eyes, we both got to get together. All us black folks and white folks got to get together and to stop the spics. You know how they are. You know, they got knives and shit, and they go in packs. You know, I always think of the Archie Bunker show, where Bunker and Jefferson are at each other's throat until they find out there's a Puerto Rican moving into the neighborhood. And then they both signed a petition to keep the Puerto Ricans out. See? It's insanity. Okay? It's insanity. We must have enemies. Why? Why? I don't know why. I don't make enemies. People make an enemy of me. That's okay. That's up to them. Then that brings me to another understanding. Murder is wrong. Killing is not. Self-defense is not wrong. And I should have no conscience about doing it. You know, we're all instruments of this universe. If you come over here wrong, well, I have the right to do whatever I need to do. Okay? We have these understandings that come from childishness. Well, he should treat me this way. Well, is he treating you wrong? Or she should treat me this way. Is she treating you wrong, or are they being themselves? And you think there's a big gap between you and the other now? Wait. Come to this point, and it's like, whoa. They are universes away. And the only reason you come to this point is because, I forget, what is that poem or whatever it is? It says, when I was a child, I thought as a child. Now that I'm a man, I put away childish things. You have to put away those childish things and come to truth. We have no right. So we get rid of that little tantrum that comes up. Hey, I want it this way. You did this to me. You know, it's like, what do? They made an enemy of you. And you make enemies of other people because of that same thing going on inside. And see, one of the things I'm talking about, something I used to say years ago that I stopped saying, I'm talking to you. I'm talking about you. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking to you. Okay? Let's not misunderstand. I remember at certain point in time, certain people in the group became so spiritual. When I would say those things, he's talking about the other people. No, I'm talking to you. Okay? Don't make enemies. That's what it's about. War is little children fighting over marbles. It is our great American ideal. It's a great American way to defend democracy. Vietnam is a long way away, and it's this little bitty place. They're going to come over here and whip us. The country was so small, they'd come in, we send them down to Cabrini, they'd take care of them. What is this? No, I don't want to fight. No. Why? It's wrong to murder people. It's not a good thing. Murder is not a good thing. May not be wrong, but it's not a good thing. I don't want any part of it. You want to go murder people? I can't stop you. Can't stop you. It's little kids fighting over little kid crap. 2-year-olds. So, all this 2-year-old crap is going to come up. Now, what you going to do? It might take you a year of going back to technique. Going to see that stuff comes up. You see it. You go to the energy. You stay out of here. Focus, that focus that we were talking about, attention, goes from what I think about it to the sensations going on in my body. Well, I've been doing this now for 3 minutes, and it took you, well, it may have only taken you 30 seconds to form it, but you reinforced it from 2 to whatever age. So we've been doing it for 20, 30 years. One moment can explode it, but are you willing to go there? See, that takes being willing to die to explode it. The other way can take years. But I could be wrong. Some people get pissed when I tell them that, and they say, no, I'm going to do this, and they do it. That's cool. I'm just saying the possibility it can take years. But you know what? The more you put it off, the more you practice. You say, well, I'm going to do this, and you start doing it. It's been 2 hours now, and it's still the way it is. You're now practicing what you've always practiced. You're not practicing the new. So it's going to take you 30, 40, a lifetime. You're going to go on your deathbed. Oh, all I had to do was give it up. Oh. Well, at least you had 30 seconds before you died. It's up to you. Yes.
I want to ask you a question. What happens if you put your attention, like maybe say outside of your, what if you put it out like outside of your hand and
Yeah. Well, one of the things that it does is that it helps you release the tensions in your body. It helps you release it because you begin to understand that you are part of this big thing, that you don't stop where the flesh begins. Okay. It makes you aware of your surroundings. It makes you understand that you exist in it. See, most people exist in here separate and apart from the rest of the universe. They don't realize that they are coming into themselves through here and through here. They don't realize that. They think they are contained in here. Therefore, their actions have no implications on the rest of the world. I have the right to be crazy. I have the right to be an asshole. Well, yes, you do, but you're spreading assholitude all over the place because this electromagnetic energy just puts it everywhere. All right? So what that does, it makes you aware, wait a minute, there's something here. And that carries information from one person to another. It carries all kinds of information. All right? So it makes you aware, wow, I can't afford to be a jerk. Because you've heard me talk about the collective consciousness of mankind. That's a part of it. That's why, with your negative attitudes and stuff, we think they're the bad guys and they're the good guys. Well, what are you? Because the crap that you carry inside, your own personal little bending of the rules. See, the universe does not make decisions on what is good and bad. Like electromagnetic energy stacks up with like electromagnetic energy. It's as simple as that. If you are negative, then you are part of the, and I don't want you to use this word in the traditional way, you are a part of the evil of the world. Because your negativity stacks up with Hitler's negativity, because it's negativity. Your negativity stacks up with the Klan's negativity, with the murderer's negativity. Yours does, because it is like, and it throws the balance in the world toward that end. But I'm a good person. We're all a good people to somebody. Hitler loved Eva Braun. The guy that just drugged this guy to pieces down in Texas had a girlfriend. He cared about her. We're all good people. You know, whatever that good means. But when you do negative, when you think negative, it goes into that. It just attracts. So, because you live in this world, this makes you, wait a minute, what is this? How does this happen? Wow. Oh. That's how it happens. That's how it spreads. Wow. Wow. And it makes you think about cleaning up your own act. See, we have this thing of, this is how it ought to be. Well then, make it that way. If that's how it ought to be. If it ought to be just, then stop projecting your crap on other people so that it can be just. You see what I'm saying? If you have plus goal thoughts toward resolution, that stamps up over here. See, hating war does not bring about peace. There's a key word there, hate. Loving peace brings about peace. Loving peace. Hating war goes to hate because it's the same energy. Again, because we have to manipulate it and, oh, well, no, not me. Well, yes, you. It's not that gray. We like to say the world is gray. It's only gray when you don't understand that there are absolutes. When the energy is negative, baby, it's negative. It doesn't decide, oh, let me see, how is this negative? Or is this positive? No, it lumps together because electromagnetically it is the same. So, if you want this airy-fairy little world with people skipping through the daisies, you better have airy-fairy little thoughts skipping through the daisies. Because that's the only way it's going to happen. You had a question. That when you're here and things are happening, you have a different type of attitude together, but let the group be open. We go back to dumb shit immediately and justify it. But he, she, they, it's like, get the fuck out of here. Pardon my French, but I'm putting a point across when I say that. We feel the energy in one way. And all of a sudden we go back to our old behaviors and become divisive. Because we think we understand something we don't understand. If you want something to come about, you have to cultivate the thing that you want to come about. Not cultivate the crap that's status quo. It's really as simple as that. Again, certain kind of energy collects over here, certain kind of energy collects here. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not collecting any of it. I see it. I don't want to be a part of it. I'm not a part of it. I am not a part of it. This side or this side, I just watch it. And there's another collection point for that.